Okay, so coming to this one, like let me start it from the beginning. Can you see my screen now? Aman?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So we will be going to talk about incident management process. Okay, and then this will be our high level agenda. What are the items that we will be talking about as part of this process? Okay, and as a first point, we were talking about various touch points for the incident. Okay, for an incident, like the touch point can be, as I said, it can be a problem record, it can be a change record, or it can be a a chart engine, or it can be an integration. From the process standpoint, it can be even when the change is executed and the change failed, probably resulting into incident creation, or during your problem resolution process you probably wanted to create an incident. Okay, or when you are building a knowledge management article, at that point in time, like maybe you are trying to attach that knowledge article to a particular incident and then close that incident. Okay, or probably you are having self-service portal. That self-service portal is leading to generation of incidents. So this is the central point for various other processes. Okay, and your incident management is closely consuming the configuration items. Okay, we will be talking about it. So this is how your incident management will be integrated with various other processes and various technical elements. Okay, so when we are talking more from the real-time perspective, okay, whether you are working as an administrator or as a developer or as a team lead, okay, you will be responsible in handling these process recommendations. Okay, now within this context, now you review the tool. Okay, now you understood, right? We were talking about various touch points. Now let's jump into the tool and identify various touch points, and also identify the requirements. Okay, that come up in your workshop execution. Okay, so now let's go to your incident module. Okay, now I'm going to the incident module. Okay, now let's open up any existing record, or you create a new record. Okay, now let's create a new record. Okay, now when I'm creating a new record, okay, you can see various touch points in this particular process. This is the incident process, right? So the incident process, okay, is closely integrated with CMDB configuration item. This is the process, this is a separate process. Okay, so CMDB is like is the way of handling your configuration items. Okay, so your incident process is integrated with your configuration item. Agree?
Yes.
Can you notice that? Okay,
Yes, sir.
and your incident process is also integrated with your service offerings, your service portfolios if you have. Okay, you have SAP services, you have email services, you have BlackBerry services, you have retail services. You may be having your company probably managing multiple services. So you probably relating with your email services. Okay, now this is your portfolio. Okay, and then within this particular email, if you have a dedicated offerings, okay, let us say POP3 services, SMTP services, then you will be having offerings. So this talks about your complete portfolio. Agree? Right? You can
Yes.
see that.
Yes.
And also your incident process is, very tightly integrated with your problem process and your change process. Okay. Can you notice that?
Yes.
right? So you can see that configuration and problem and change, right? And now if you look into the same process, okay, if you look into the same process, now let's go to your service portal, type service portal, okay, click on the service portal home, okay. This is very important. I need equal cooperation on this. Otherwise, like, all my efforts will go into vain. Okay. So now coming to this request something. Okay. Open service portal, come to request something and create a, now this will have an option to create an incident from this place. Okay. Now, okay, need some help, create incident. You can see there is a create incident. Click on create incident. Okay, this will help you to create an incident. This portal view is available for end users. Okay, this portal view is available for end users. So end users can quickly create a ticket like this. Okay, now end user is generating an incident. Okay, so this will be creating an incident again in the same backend system what we are seeing. But this view is dedicated for end users to self-help. Okay, so they can help themselves. Okay, this is various. This is the other way of creating a ticket. Now 1002 has been created successfully. Okay, so your service catalog is also a touch point. So, and also what happens, the other one is, if we do not have access, what we do, we will pick up a help desk ticket number, and then your agent will open up like this. Your agent will open up a record like this, and then they say, I have received a phone. They will make this channel as a phone. Okay. And if you go to this previous incident, okay, if you go to this previous incident, like, we created 1002 from the portal, right? And if you open that one, you can see this is a self-service, because in this case, the end user helped himself. Okay. And in this case, in the other case, go back to, if you are calling, your agent is going to create a ticket. In this case, the agent should tell you that, like, from which source he is creating a ticket. He is receiving a phone, and then he is going to create a ticket on behalf of somebody, on behalf of someone. So this is how an agent will be creating on behalf of you. Or if you are an ITL user, you also can access this view and you can do that as well. Okay, so these are all various touch points for creating an incident. Is this clear? Is this topic
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is clear.
good? Because you need to have holistic view of this process. Okay, Chaitanya, any questions about these touch points?
No, sir.
Heman,
I'm good with this.
good. So the next one is, okay, next one is fairly simple. Okay, so the next one is, now the ticket is being created either by agent or by, um, either agent created a ticket or self-help, like, through the self-help also the ticket has been created. This is created by agent, this is created by self-help. Okay, now what happens is, the ideal user, they will have the ticket is in progress. Okay, and then they will actually go through a status life cycle. What they do, when the ticket is created, it will be in the creation. Okay, the agents need to classify this ticket in an appropriate way. To classify the ticket, you have certain parameters. What category this ticket is going to be falling into? Is it a software ticket, or is it a hardware ticket? Is it a network? Is it a database? In real time, you will have even tens, 50s, even in hundreds also these categories. So it depends on that, you will have to be configuring it. Okay. Now I am noting down, my workshop discussion point here. Okay. So I'm going to say that I'm going to write some requirement. Better I will write Excel in Excel. Okay. I will say that. Okay. Now you have inquiry, okay, software, hardware, network, and database, right? Okay. I want few other options. Okay. Please add storage option in category. Okay. Storage. Okay. Is expecting. This is my requirement. Now, if storage is selected, okay, if storage is selected, now if you select DB database, and you will have subsequent options DB2, MS SQL, Oracle. Like for the storage, you need to add subcategories. Okay, so storage device 1, please add, okay, subcategories for storage device. Okay, and they should be storage device 1 and storage device 2. These are the real-time requirements. Okay, now when you are going through this classification process, you have got these two requirements. This is the way you will be classifying your incident. Okay, and then being you are an agent, okay, and you know to which device, if you are saying database, and then what is the database name, in your configuration process, you should be able to identify if this is a database, then you should be able to say that. If it is a hardware component, okay, you should be able to select the respective hardware component here. Okay, so you as a person, you should have an idea against which configuration item this particular issue is coming through. Okay, so please classify this way. That is what you do in this phase. Okay, in the classification phase. So once the case is classified, what happens is it goes into the next step. Okay, it goes into next step. What? Execution phase. Okay, it goes into investigation and diagnosis. During investigation and diagnosis, you may have multiple challenges. For example, the same case here, in progress. Okay, and then you will make this ticket to in progress after classifying it appropriately. Okay, now if you look into this here, during the investigation process, you have this note section to communicate internally and with external people also. So I'm entering couple of comments here. Testing workloads, adding these workloads. Now if you go into the portal, okay, if you go into the self-service portal, come here, I have added my test working notes. Can you see this? They have come up here. Can you notice this?
Yes.
Okay, now let me create one scenario and test it. Okay, now I am impersonating as an able tutor for a moment. Okay, I'm impersonating as an able tutor. Okay, and let me go to my other page. And I have copied the credentials somewhere. So here I'm logging as an administrator or a technical agent. Okay. Now here I'm logging into system as a app tutor. Okay. Now let's do this. Go to self-service. Let's log into the service portal. Okay, you can type SP in the last. So you will go to the service portal and go to this one. Okay, now create incident. It has a create incident feature. Now Able Tutor created a ticket. Sorry, high priority. Yes. Okay. And it is actually relating to knowledge articles. Okay. I can use it if I need it, like an or else I can submit it. I submitted my incident ticket. Now 1004 incident has been come up. And this is my administrator page. So going to the incident management process as a technical guy. Okay. And open up. Type for that incident 4. It is already on top. Okay. Now come here and add work notes. Okay. Add work notes. Adding work notes for my internal technical community. This is what I said. Now I have added these comments. Come to this guy. Is Able Tutor is able to view the data? I'm refreshing just if you have confused situation. And Able Tutor trying to say, have you sent any message? Okay, you just entered it, go back, and the data has come up here. Okay, if Able Tutor should be seeing, because Able Tutor is an end user. Okay, and if Able Tutor need to verify that message, then we need to add this checkbox. Make sure these are additional comments. Only these comments will be exposed to the end users. Okay, now I am making comments to share the update with end user testing. Okay, post. Come to Apple Tutor. See, he can see that. So now you need to understand, though you are adding notes, okay, and though it is a okay sharing updates, because you as a technical agent you may not be visualizing the difference, but only the comments that you are adding in the additional comments will be exposed to the end users. Work notes will be only for the technical agents.
Can I find this incident that I've created just now under the incident form? I mean, under the incidents? I just
Sorry,
refreshed it, but I couldn't see the self-created incident. I mean, I created the incident simultaneously in the service catalog section, but I couldn't find it in my.
it will be there. Can you share your screen?
Actually logged in the office laptop in the incognito mode, sir. I'm
Okay,
finding the straight away because my manager is not next to me, so I'm just using this time.
okay, fine. What have you done? Tell me once again.
I went into service catalog and created a test incident. But as a end user, I have created it simultaneously.
Okay.
So I've just given some additional, I mean, incident notes, key, tenant ID, business impact, some random information. I've submitted the request.
Uh-huh.
So I just went into the incident section to see if I can find the newly created incident.
Did you
Yes,
submitted
sir.
it? Did you
Yes, sir.
submitted it?
Yes,
Did it
I
give
did
you the
submit that.
number?
Yes, sir. I did submit at the end of the page. There's
Okay,
a submit
let's do
option.
one thing. Go back to your native view. Okay, go back to your native view like this and check out
Okay.
if this is available in your open incidents. Is it available? Check out, okay, here, if that incident number is there.
Checking, sir. 1 second. I haven't checked the incident number when I submitted, but I
Yeah, I
could
mean,
see
if you
the
have
test.
submitted it successfully, actually, if you have done that, if it is successful, then it will be coming here. Okay, because all the incidents will be available in incident table only. Okay, so they should be available here. Okay, if it is registered successfully without errors, it will come up here. If there is any error, it won't come up.
Okay,
No
okay.
problem. Now, actually, after this next slide, I'm going to ask you this only. Just try it out once again. Not an issue.
I'll
Okay.
try that one. Yes, sir.
So now this is your investigation process. What I'm trying to explain. Now you will be doing this as part of your investigation process. You will ask questions to your end user if you need something. All that happens, and then what you will do is like you will be progressing to the resolution phase. Okay, what you do is you will be going to resolution and then you will resolve the incident wherein like you will be providing resolution comments. Okay, test. Now here, so while we are doing like this, we will come up with the additional requirements. See, you are able to resolve an incident without having anybody assigned to this incident at all. Is that a good practice?
Oh,
No.
no.
No, right? So customer says, if the status is in progress or more than in progress, it should always have assignment group and assign to. These are basic requirement, right?
Yes.
So this is a basic requirement. Like, let me drop that requirement. And in incident, okay, an incident should not be progressed, okay, okay, to in progress or beyond in progress without having assigned to and assignment group. Okay, this is your requirement. Okay, how you will do it, like I'll ask you at the end of the session. Okay, so this is one requirement that I have noticed. Okay, and also during the classification section, for example, in progress, so your customer says, hey guys, this is becoming critical, I want this to be prioritized, so I want to change this high priority. Okay, so that the ticket will be critical. Okay, now in this entire process, entire priority matrix, so if you look into this entire priority matrix, so there is a out of the box process called planning. Okay, usually we do not use this planning priority. Okay, so customer says for lowest three and lowest three, you are saying like planning, which we do not follow in our process. Okay, can you also change low and low combination of impact and urgency? So low and low, can I have low? Can you please change that? So this is a requirement. Okay, please change priority matrix. Okay, low versus low to low. Okay, so that is your requirement. Okay, now this is how you will be resolving the incident and progressing it. There may be additional number of requirements. Okay, but let's not be too exhaustive, so you will be worried about it. So this is how you will be doing it, and eventually according to your system properties, it will be auto closed. So how this will be closed? According to your incident properties. Okay, according to your incident properties. So the customer requirement here is auto close should be 5 days. Okay, auto close should be changed to 5 from 7. So now you understood, right, how the incident life cycle is progressing from creation to closure. So this life cycle,
Yes, sir.
is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we talked about various interfaces to the incident. We talked about various ways of creating incident. Okay. So now what I want you to do it, like, and I'll give you some time now. So create an incident from this interface. Okay. This interface. Go to incident and create one incident from here and create an incident from this interface. Come down to this one and create from here. Okay. And then also go to service portal. Okay. Service portal and then create an incident from the create incident page. Go to service portal. Okay. Under this, go to request something and then go to can we help you? Under this, you will have a create incident and create an incident here. Please create these three incidents and also classify them, change the priority and move them to resolution. So execute these full life cycles. I know that, like, this is a simple job, but please do that. It will definitely give you an added advantage in understanding the other slides. Okay. Can you do that?
Yeah, without assignment and assignment group.
Your wish.
Okay.
Just play with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Chaitanya, will you do that?
Sir, actually, instance is reset in progress still.
Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. Your instance is really giving a hard time for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
will do
for
after
me
this.
also facing the same issue. So I did a release instance and I got a new instance.
Let's do that, you also. Okay. Okay, please do practice it. Okay, it
Yeah.
is 10:25 now. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll give you 20 minutes time. So we will uh now 10:25, right? So 10:45. So we will come back by 10:45.
Okay,
Sure,
sir.
sir.
So, shall I release this instance now?
Yeah, release and then yeah, generate the other one.
Okay, okay.
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 So I'll be here. Okay, 10:45. Yeah, we
Okay.
will continue. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Srikan, completed.
Yes, sir. It is completed.
Haven't completed?
Yes.
Good, good. Chaitanya, your instance is up at least now?
Yes, sir, I completed.
I can't hear you, Chaitanya.
Yes, sir, it's up now and I completed.
Haman, is it the same case with you or it's only with me?
What?
Are you able to hear Chaitanya? She's speaking, it seems to me.
It's very low.
Okay. Yeah. Chaitanya, you may type. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, then let's move on to the next topic. Okay, let me share my screen. So again, I'll give you some time. So now you are clear with these touch points and you are clear with this process life cycle. Okay, and the key thing is, okay, it's about form views. Okay, I don't know, like if you have noticed it, for example, okay, for example, let us say, if you have logged in as an Apple tutor, for example, now Apple tutor logged in, and this is a portal view, right? Now come down to the native view, okay, ServiceNow native view, close it, and remove this hyperlink, come down to this one. Okay, so now Abel Tutor logged into the system and he's having very limited access. So he can come down to the incidents, okay, and from here also he can open up new. And if he opened up, you can see he is opening up a form, but he's having a very limited access to this one. And also go back to the again like the previous one. Now go back to this one, open up already existing case also, and he's seeing a different view. The view name is highlighted here. You can see that, right? The view name is highlighted here. Now go back to the agent. Okay. And now go back to agent. And now I'm in the administrator view. Okay. Now I'm opening up this particular from the self-service view. I'm seeing the limited fields, limited accessibility in the self-service view. Whereas if I do it from the incident module, incident application menu, and this is available for ITL access, ITL roles. And if I open up here, okay, and then if you open up the same incident and you have access to larger section of the fields, right? And and you're opening up in a different view. The view will be determined in this view section. Okay, on the table you have multiple views already, so this view will be opening up for end user, and if you are opening this incident system in the mobile interface, you are opening up in the mobile, and it is a major incident section, then it is a major incident view, and there are various view sections here. You can see that. Okay, for self-service portal, like you are defining some fields to be available, so self-service view. So similarly we are having view. Tomorrow the customer says, okay, I don't want to touch anything to the out of the box view, wherein I want my own view to be developed. How do we do that? We learned about it. The view, this is related to the table, right? So the table can be modified in various ways. From the table definition, go to configure and table. Okay, and then go to again, configure and the table. You wherein you'll be able to modify something, go to the form design and then form layout. From the table section, you will not be able to do the view development. You can do it only from the layout, or you can do it from the design, right? So you can use form layout to configure your custom views if you want to build. Let us say I'm building a new view. Okay, that view is recommended by a customer. So I'm implementing this for a customer. So by default, you are available in view name. Now I want a new view, select new view, name that new view. Maybe I want to create this view for approvers. Okay, approvers view. If approver is opening this case from the approval section, then I want to open up this one. Or let's say management view. Management is focused about some important fields. So I'm saying management view. Okay. So I would say custom MGMT or manager view. Whatever you can give. So manager view. So now in the manager view, you may give access to, you probably remove all these things. Manager is least bothered about all these you know basic stuff. Okay, and you don't want to talk about another details. Okay, impact and urgency you do not want. Okay, let's say you may wanted to access any cost related stuff. See when anything related to the approvals or business duration, business impact. Okay, so these guys is management is more talking about these things. So add that stuff. Okay, and now management probably uh, expecting the access to uh, related problem record. Talk about problem, talk about change. Okay, uh, uh, so there is a request. Okay, for a moment, maybe we can select this. Okay, now save it. Okay, so this view will be dedicated for your manager. Okay, and he do not want all these additional things. So let's say from the sections point of view, I have, okay, this is the default view still. Now if I want to see the same data in the management view, I can go to
Sir, the voice
this
is
view.
in and out.
Okay, let me check my network connectivity once again. Please confirm if you are able to hear me.
Yes, sir. I can. It
I'm
is
able to
clear.
hear.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Heman?
Yes, Srikanth.
Heman, am I clear?
We are able to hear you.
Yes, sir. We can hear you now.
Now I can't hear you both.
Sir, we can hear you, sir.
Is that bad? Tim, can you tell me, like, if you're able to hear me now?
Yes, sir, I
Heaven,
can.
is
Yes, I'm
better?
able to hear you. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. I actually switched on to my hotspot now. Hope it will be fine. Okay. Now let's move on. So now I have in sharing something like yeah, I'm talking about. So by default, our view will be on the default view, right? So this will be our default view. Now my manager is asking me like build a new view for me, okay? And then I should be seeing like the data in my view. I don't want to go into this particular regular view. I am not really bothered about all these details. So for them like you probably wanted to create a new view, come down and then open up and show here a manager view. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So now how manager will be accessing? Maybe manager wanted to have a module on the left hand side, manager incidents or incidents, just to differentiate a small bracket right there. Okay. So that like they will have a quick idea about it. So let's introduce that new feature under incident. Okay, I want to like just for your learning purpose, create a new link below incident that helps managers to open the incidents in manager view. Okay, that's requirement. Okay, how do I do that? So it will be very easy. Go to this application menu, scroll down and then create. It's a recording, it's fine. Okay, so create a new application menu. Okay, come down and incident incidents management view. Just let's we'll put an order and then link type incidents, type incidents, and then open that incident in that particular view. View that we created is a manager view. Name we have provided there. Okay, and submit it. Okay, now it will be available under incidents. It probably landed up somewhere here because we haven't given anything, and then that's why like it started with the 0. So you can see that now if you click on it, the data will be opened up in management view. You can see the view is manager, and if you open any incident, that will be opened up in the manager view. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so key important element in your process definition or in the workshops that you deal with is like you will be building views, okay, according to your customer requirement. And then also you need to understand, we talked about different touch points, right? This will be in conjunction with this process. The touch points at the same time, like these are various sources. The data can be created from different sources. It can be from integrations, or it can be inbound universal request or a support or incident employee center, it can be anything. Now if you look into your incident, okay, so your sources will be auto populated based on your source. Here in this particular one you have a channel. Okay, change the view, change the view to default view. Okay, and now you have channel. So these are various channels. Okay, so various sources of incident. So tomorrow, if you have any, you know, automation, okay, wherein automation is defined in your process, okay, you have an integration, but it is not recorded here. Okay, so the customer is saying like, if the incident is automatically created, I want that to be categorized under channel. Okay, so that's your customer requirement. Okay, if incident is auto created, then I should be able to classify it in channel. Okay, in some of the implementation, if we in the customers, they don't even want to see the channel at all. Okay, because they don't bothered about it. They'll have predominantly two data sources. That one will be agents will be creating, and the other one will be end users will be creating it. So in that case, like they will be not requiring this channel at all. Okay, so according to that, you will change this. Is this topic is clear?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so the next point in your process implementation is activity. We talked about activities will show you the latest information. This will be one of your question. Okay, for admin exam. This activity will be the placeholder that will display the latest activity that happened to the system. For example, I have modified. Okay, I have modified assignment group to somebody. Okay, I have changed, to this particular person and saving it. What happens here is this will be recorded in your activity log automatically. Okay, scroll down and then see why it is taking this much time to just save it. Incident. Okay, it is saved. So the now scroll down and then see the data will be automatically updated here. Okay, now this should show all the latest information. Now, for example, okay, by default, it will be captured. Now the customer saying some of my fields are not being displayed in my activity log. How do you do that? You scroll down to this place. Okay, okay, sorry. You scroll down to this place. In this one, what are all the fields that you want to capture? Okay, I want to capture assignment group. I want to capture any other important fields that you think. Okay, closed. Okay, resolve time, problem. Okay, any other updated by. Okay, so yeah, let's find. Okay, I want to capture some additional fields in my activity log so that the customers will have the latest updates are captured in the work log, and then they'll be able to visualize it. This is for visual representation. This will not be affecting any development in the background. I have saved it. It is taking time. Scroll down and now you see assignment group was analytics. Now if I change this to something else, I'm saving it. I changed it. Okay, loading. Now service desk. Okay, making any changes to this field is now being reflected here or not? Can you notice that? How we
Yes.
have done that? We have been down to filter activity and go to configuration and then add the fields that you want to see. This will always show the latest activity that happened in your system. Okay, this note section, work log section. Okay, within the notes section, your work logs will show you the latest activity. Okay, Haman, any question?
No.
Okay, fine. So is this topic is clear? Chaitanya?
Yes, sir.
Right, Rani? Good.
Yes,
Haman,
sir.
you clear?
Yes.
How do you do that? Okay, so we talked about priorities. Okay, and we talked about like the customer do not want this priority metrics. Okay, this is the out of the box priority metrics we have. We usually demo it to the customers and explain them the combination of impact and urgency will be leading to the priority. This is an ITL standard. And where do you configure this one? You will be configuring in this particular area. Okay, this is the navigation. You go down to your priority lookup rules, just like this, priority lookup, and this will display the priority lookup rules in this configured in the system. Okay, now for a low and low, we are having planning. No, I don't want to have a planning. I want to have a low. Okay, now change it to low, save it, and go to create incident. Sorry, not here. Oh, sorry. Go to again like the incident section, incident, and create a new incident and test. High, high, critical. Okay, and low and low is coming to low. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is how you will be configuring. This will help you to configure the way you want it. But there is still some bug if you have noticed it or not. Okay. If I'm opening it up, I'm still seeing planning. Why is it not happening? Can you tell me? You should know, like, by existing your learning. Can you just give a thought why this is not working? Reason is this value will be changed based on this on change. There is a client script on change client script. This will be working. Now, if I'm saying this one on change of this one, this is affecting. Okay. And also, if you go down to this particular priority field, okay, priority field, the default one, okay, this is a priority choice. I'm going down to. So go to configure dictionary. A default value is been categorized as a planning. Okay, just go down and then verify. Okay, go to a default value. You can see there is a 4. A default value has been configured. So 4 could be choice value of planning. Check that. Is it true or not? Okay, go down and then go to priority field, show choice list. Okay, and 4 could be for a just show matching with 4. What are all the things? So 4 could be something else. For task, it is coming down to different value. So this is a bug. We will have to change that existing behavior. So first thing, we have changed the rule. Second thing, now by default that value is coming. Default value we should be changing. Okay, so that when the customer is creating an incident, so you will be having very clear picture. So change the dictionary value to the correct value. Okay, 3 or 4 is a, if it is a low, we should be taking it as a low 4, but we are seeing like 5 planning, but it's an incorrect because default value is coming up here somehow. That need to be taken care of. Okay, so this is a bug you need to correct. And then anyway, we have changed. If we change something like, it will be automatically working. But for the beginning, like, it is still showing incorrect value. Okay, so this is how you will be changing. That will be resulting as part of your workshop. The another important thing is inbound email action. Okay, we will talk about this particular technical feature in our section here. Okay, inbound actions, but this is a place where like this, and if the customer is expecting, I need a email feature, email channel, so customers can send an email and that email should be automatically creating an incident for us. And then this is the place where we will be saying inbound email action. In this place, maybe the customers may come up with, I will be sending 4 or 5 emails, that those 4 or 5 emails should be creating an incident. Or today they may say create an incident, tomorrow they may say update an incident, or tomorrow they may say create a problem with an email, create another record with an email, or approve a record. So then, we will be changing our inbound configuration according to the requirement. That talks about your inbound feature. Okay. And major incident management. I'm talking about, okay, now customer wanted, see, right now you are managing whole incident process like this. Okay, you are saying critical, testing, and then the critical incident is also being resolved just like any normal incident. We won't follow this process. Okay, we want major incident management process, typical major incident management process to be followed. And then our major incident process looks like, okay, and if there is any incident comes up, and then we need to propose that as a major incident. If that is a prospective major incident, then we will accept and then we will follow major incident process. Otherwise, we will reject it. Okay, so to do that, we have an option to customize it. Earlier, like if this kind of requirement comes up with our major incident management, till 2007 we used to build it manually. Okay, even 2008 also we used to build it manually. From 2008 onwards, ServiceNow started offering major incident management plugin. Okay, separate plugin. Okay, now you can see there is no major incident process exactly available here, but by default you have certain plugins already available for major incident management. Okay, so you can copy this plugin, just this plugin, go to your plugin section. This is a administration activity. Okay, go to this plugin. There is no development involved in here. So you need to know the knowledge around it. So you have to go down to this plugin. Okay, search for that plugin, just activate it. That's it. But when you are activating these plugins, okay, you need to be careful whether this plugin is a free or a cost. Okay, if it is a cost, then in your system this need to be debated with your management. Who should be doing, how should be doing, who will be bearing the cost? Okay, and all those questions need to be properly addressed. Only then you will be able to progress to the work. Okay, but you at your level, you may not need to worry about it. Your team leads will be taking those decisions, will ask you to activate it. So you as a administrator, you need to know how to activate a plugin. Come down to the plugin section. Okay, and then this is taking a little longer than usual. Okay, so search for that existing plugin and just open and activate. Okay, let's have it open up. 72 seconds. Yeah, too much time for to load plugins. So much time. Still loading. Okay, let's wait for that. Okay, I'll show you that. While we are waiting for that, let's talk about assignment rules. Okay, so now the customers, like we when we are talking about incident process. Okay, we talked about classification, right? Okay, we talked about classification. Come down to this one. Okay, and open incidents. Okay, go to incident. Now also open up incident. It just opened up while I'm opening this. Okay, create an incident. Now this is really taking longer time. So you can see this pop-up didn't open up. I just searched for with this major incident plugin. You can see incident management. Okay, the relevant plugins was opened up. Incident management, major incident management. Can you see this? You just have to come it here and then click install. Okay, so if I clicked on it, this will be installing the respective parameters that are required for my major incident management process. Okay, the major incident management do follow certain additional steps. Okay, apart from our regular incident investigation, diagnosis, and resolution process, M MIM follow will some additional steps. Okay, so we need to activate this plugin to have those additional features enabled in our system so that you will be able to leverage it. Okay, so this is coming up, load some data. This is bringing major incident management, incident updates, and few other setups also. Activate it. This will take some time to open up a plugin and have it activated here. Let's have running on the background. Okay, so while we are waiting for that one, let's talk about another feature. Okay, so I'm talking about one requirement here. Okay, requirement says every time, like the assignment group is not being populated, some various reasons. Why don't we have it automated to some extent? Okay, let us say I'm saying same. If the request is created for inquiry or a help, by default, who will be helping us in our system? It will be help desk or a service desk, right? If it is a database, let's go down to database team, add database team. If it is a software, add software team. Okay. If it is a network, add network team. If it is a hardware, add hardware team. Have this basic automation is in place at the time of initial creation. And if the agent think that this should be somewhat different, then you give a different name to them. But this will help for immediate attention, right? How do you manage this process? Okay, to manage this process, we will be leveraging, okay, assignment groups. Okay, we will be using assignment groups lookup. Okay, so this feature will help you to automate this process. Okay, so let's go down to assignment. I'll write some assignment rules and test it. It will take because there is data import happening, so the system will be slightly slow. That is okay. Okay. Okay, and type assignment. Okay, you can see under system policy, we have assignment rules. Okay, and there is another feature called assignment lookup rules as well. Okay, let's talk about a little later. I'll talk about it. Okay, now let's talk about these assignment rules. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's 30% completed. Now here for the incident management, see what all we have currently. Okay, and I have few already in place. Whether they are active or inactive, we'll also need to check. Open up. Okay, and there is something VIP callers, service desk. What kind of tickets are going to service desk? Check this. Okay, you can see all of them were false. Okay, now activated. We have already out of the box functionality. What is this says? Applies to incident active is true. Okay, if the incident active is true, fine. Assign to service desk. Okay, and script Okay, there's no script, fine. They are saying I can assign it to the service desk, but when it is not clearly defined, I will just change it for testing purpose. I will say if the category is inquiry to service desk. I am just updating it. I have opened up out of the box rule. I have not created anything. Okay, I just opened up this one, and then also I have activated it. I made it true and then changed the categorization of it. Okay. Now there are few other also. If you want to modify them, okay, according to the customer requirement, either you can create a new or what in this one is a category is one of software or a database. Assign it to the software team. But this is inactive. If you want to activate it. Similarly, there is something for networking. If you want to activate it, activate it. Okay, just test it. What's happening here? Okay, now come down here, reload it. I'm just reloading it. Okay, if it is inquiry, okay, I'm saying the categorization is inquiry. Okay, and saying it's not a new ticket, right? It's a old ticket. Create a new ticket. Select Abel Tutor. Let's say it's an inquiry and test it. Auto assignment. And save this request. This should go to service desk according to our configuration. Did it go or not? Aman?
Yes. So actually, I have a question here. So
Yeah.
while I'm completing this now learning course, so there is an activity for to create a assignment group, auto
Yeah,
assignment.
you can create your custom ones.
Yeah. So in there, so I have created like this way. So whatever you are explaining, assignment. So the solution is they have given through auto assignment rules.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. That's why I said I'll tell you later. Let's not get confused.
Yeah.
Okay. So now service now is actually taking everything more dynamic towards more dynamic rather than static. Okay. I'll tell just keep this point in your underlying statement. I'll tell you. Okay. If you go to assignment lookup rules, okay, open up lookup rules. This is a lookup rule. And you open up a lookup rule, okay, service now says use this feature. In this feature, do you have a place to select a table?
No, we don't have any.
Okay. If you do this, okay, this will be working only for incident process. It will not work for all the processes.
Okay.
With this one, can you control problem?
No.
No. Can you control change?
No.
No. In the old versions, I'm sorry, cough started. And two more topics, fine. So this is a old version, and this is where experience lies with. In the old version, ServiceNow did not imagine that like they'll be progressing so much and then demand will come up. That's what they have introduced it only for incident process. Okay, and in the documents also they do route it to this point. But if you go to this assignment rules, the one which we are seeing, this has the ability to select the table also. You can select applies to which table and applies to which condition. Can you notice that?
Yes.
This is the difference. Okay. Service now do recommend it for only incident management process. But as part of implementation, you need to learn this feature not only for incident purpose. Okay,
Yeah, got.
does it answer your question?
Yes.
Any more questions on this assignment rules?
No, sir, it is still.
No. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. And this feature will help you to configure table pop-up. For example, we learned about view development, right? Okay, management view. You know, Particularly this is more to deal with the reference fields. For example, okay, now let's go down. Yeah, plugins are also activated. Close and reload. Okay, now open this incident. And then the incident table has many reference fields. Okay, reference will show you the background table, right? Now if you open up 10012, if you'll open up in this one, the fields like assignment group, assign to, configuration item, caller, problem, change, and there are few fields like they are on top of my mind. They are reference fields. Okay, why it is taking too long time? Give a second. Just give me a second. I'll drink some water and come. I'm sorry. So you can see these are all fields or reference fields. And after every reference field, you will have a I button, right? And this will help you to show the details of this particular record in a systematic format. That format is called sys popup. Okay. What fields to be visualized in this particular field can be defined in this particular new view that you will have to be creating in your table. Now you know how to create a table view. So if there is no view attached, then it will be showing the default view. Okay, so showing a default view is always a bad sign because default view contains many fields for your regular day-to-day work. Showing all of them is not a best practice. Okay, and as part of your initial implementation, you just have to configure a sys pop-up view for key fields which you will be exposing to very regular tables, and just use that particular sys pop-up as a view name so that it will be automatically displayed here. Okay, the system is literally responding very slow. Preview itself is not working, you can see. By default, like it should be showing me. I think these are all for after every parent this reference field. If we select some record, that preview button will come up. Oh my, damn slow. Is it my network or what? Kaman, can you please confirm if you're able to hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
I switched off to different network. You know, just want to ensure if this is related to the network or something. Yeah, you can see this is a sys pop-up. Can you notice that? Heman,
Yes.
Chaitanya? Okay. So this is the sys pop-up. If you have not configured it, which will be showing the entire details of the record. Okay. So now you see that for a assignment group, we are seeing a pop-up. Okay. And then, if we have a data, again, like we'll have I. And similarly for the configuration item, and all the reference fields. So you need to configure it like, according to your customer requirement, what details need to be displayed in that particular format. Okay. So this is also a key thing that to configure as part of your initial implement. And properties, for every process, like, we will have separate process properties. Okay. So go to the incident management. Under incident management, we will have incident property section. Okay. Under administration, yeah, incident management properties. I have opened up a major incident. Now I can see, additional features. So in the incident management section, you have certain other properties you will be configuring. This is also your administration activity. Okay. And coming to the problem process that we just talked about a couple of minutes back. Now, this problem process will tell you how to create a major incident. Okay, it's not like a regular incident process. So the major incident management process follow a different sequential steps. Though we will be lying on the same table, let's say Abel tutor is creating a major incident. Okay, and then you are saying like, the major, this is a major incident. Done. Once the major incident is triggered, okay, so if it is a major incident, then you need to accept it. Then only it will be taken care. It is assigned to the major incident management process. You can see that. Okay. Now the major incident management need to say yes or no. then then only this ticket will be progressed to next level. And then again at the end, like, they will be say signing it off. Then you will be able to resolve it. And you can see a dedicated step for major incident management process. It is accepted, auto accepted, because in the triggering rules, if we say that, like, we want to set it for approvals, so we can do that. You can configure it here. Okay, what are the trigger rules? Right now, if it is a priority critical, what do you want to say that? Or what can be your triggering rule? So you can just say that, like, maybe priority critical, and then only it is related to the software issues. Only then, we want to trigger major incident management process. Yes, you can do that. Or with the similar category, we need to have at least, like, 20 child incidents. Then only we want to do that. Our business criticality should be more than one. You know, all such scenarios need to be met. Only then, you want to trigger major incident management process. So you can configure all these requirements. Then, your major incident management will be taking care of it. Okay. So now let's progress. Okay. And then resolve. Okay. Now this is under major incident management control completely. Okay. You can see after this major incident management, they accepted. Okay. They have said, like, with some comments we have accepted. What should be the post incident report that they need to send? Because there will be various processes will be followed by different customers. Some of them they called sins. Okay, sin means severity incident notification. Okay, which means like whenever there is a MI triggered, so they'll have to send out final SIN report to senior leadership. This is the incident created, and this is the chronology of that particular incident, and why this incident created, what is the root cause, and what is it like we are going to do later. So companies follow two different reports. Okay, according to that, you need to build that particular report and send it to your senior leadership. So this particular process is unavailable for your regular incident process. I hope you notice this difference,
Yes, sir.
right? So you don't have to build it. Okay, what I'm trying to convey here is, so whenever there is a new requirement, majority of the developers, because they enjoy development, they'll simply go ahead and create these new features. Okay, technically, if I speak, this is a form, this is a section, this is a field. Okay, but why should I create it? I would prefer to go with our platform recommendations. You go for administration rather than development. ServiceNow is already offering a lot of features. Use them at your convenience. Okay, but rather than going for straight development, because our overall summary is to go by our low code no code platform recommendations. Is that clear, Heman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rani, any questions so far?
No, sir. It is pretty clear. It's just that
I'm losing your voice, Rani. I don't know if it is the problem from my side. Heman, yeah, is my voice is clear?
Your voice is clear. Rani voice is not clear.
Okay, good. Okay. At least we now know where is the problem. I'll
and the
wait for you,
connect.
Rani, to get a proper connection. No problem. Heman, anything from your side? Any questions?
No.
Am I
Chaitanya?
audible?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, good.